Chrissy, what you doing? Mowing the grass? Lord, it's almost that time. We ain't gonna have. When I tell you, ain't no spring. Ain't no spring. Let me ask y'all something. Wait a minute. First, let me say this. Hello to all my new subscribers, and thank you very much. Golly, it rained all day yesterday. Look at this. Y'all know for long it's gonna be pollen season. Look at this. These the pine cones. Look at them. Look at them. Look at them. See that? All I did was just touch it. It's just bare. Look. Y'all see that? So when if you live in an area with a lot of pine trees, and you wonder, that pollen smell good too. It smell like pine, like pine oil. Anyway, these the females. The seeds being there. That's why squirrels, if you ever see squirrels stripping them, they eating that little seed part on the inside. But anyway, it ain't gonna be long. It's gonna be pollen time, and my car is gonna be green. But anyway, y'all see, look at Chris. Anyway, let me show y'all what's up. So the pomegranates done leafed out already. Like I was saying, thanking my new subscribers. That's pomegranate. That's pomegranate. Those are both Palm Wonderfuls, and they steadily putting on new growth too, cause all that little stuff is new growth. All that that's new. All this is new. Now this is an old branch, but it's probably gonna put on some new growth. I'm probably gonna come back and cut all this stuff that's no longer living down in there. Look how pretty the azalea is. It's the only time of the year when they're pretty, and the other time they're unimpressive. Look at my onion. So we got a whole bunch of rain yesterday, and then like the night before that. And then this is my collards. Look at all the flowers. I don't see any bees out here right this second, but it's kind of cool this morning, y'all. The high for the day is supposed to be like 59. It hasn't been this cool in a little bit. So, but it's not gonna stay like this. It's gonna go back to the like 70s or something like that. So once again, for those of y'all, I know I did a video talking about keeping your collards. I think I entitled it never plant collards again. So let me y'all can see better now that this is longer. These leaves, they're not gonna get any bigger. So if it puts on any new leaves, they're gonna be all these little skinny ones like this. But like I said, once this finished going to seed, I'm not gonna let all these seeds mature. I do want to mention this because somebody emailed me and they was right and they put it on my mind. I talked about seed saving, but I didn't talk about this. And maybe I'll do a video on patience in the garden or whatever. But be prepared to wait a while for your seeds to mature. They do not mature super fast. It takes a little time, so be prepared to wait for your seeds to mature. That's normal. That's why I tell you, if you don't have a ton of space, only leave one plant. That's why I say that. Some people ain't gonna want to wait for all of this to mature. However, depending on what you're doing, one of these collard plants will probably give you 1,000 seeds. So you're probably looking at close to 1 million seeds with this many. Way too many seeds for me. That's why I'm not gonna let them all go to maturity. What I'm gonna do is see if I can kind of show y'all, because some of these, here we go. So these are some of the earlier ones. This is some of the bok choy. So you see these little pods, when they green like this, they're not ready. They got to dry up on the plant. But what I'll probably do is the bok choy, I'm gonna let mature. It's all the collards. It's certain ones I'm gonna let mature and other ones I'm not. But once these start yellowing and drying up, that's when you know that they're ready. But this is how they start looking. So a lot of them, what I'm gonna do is, like, these are still considered immature. I'm just gonna wait till the flowers fall off, because once the flowers fall off, the bees, there's nothing left for the bees to really get or be interested in. So I'm gonna let them get to that point, and then I'm gonna cut the tops off, and I'm gonna take y'all along for that so I can show y'all. And then once I cut those tops off, that's when y'all gonna be able to see. Like I said, I'll keep showing y'all how these plants do, because as you can see, some of them have genetics where they want to branch more than others. To be fair, I actually prefer the ones that branch a lot, because what you'll get is, this is one plant, all of that's one plant, It's just 3 or 4 branches on a tall stem. I'm gonna show you another one that I like. Like I said, I prefer the branching varieties. You get more out of them. See all this? All of that is one plant. Now it's gone to seed, but before it went to seed, like I really could almost harvest from that one and like this one, because all of that is one plant. It's all off of like one stem that branched several times. So, you know, and like I said, these, in my experience, the ones that I have, the brassicas, they don't go bitter. They're not like lettuce. They don't really go bitter. So I'm able to still eat them if they go on a seed. It's not like lettuce and certain other stuff. Certain stuff does get bitter. Y'all can see the blueberries. After this fruits, I'm gonna prune this back and make this bush out. I just have a lot of long spindly. I'm gonna prune it back and make it bush out. But look at this. Can y'all see all them? All them already been pollinated. A bunch of those already been pollinated. So I'm gonna have a lot of blueberries. Look like, which is good, because I'm telling you. Let me show you all these out here. They've been pollinated. See, when they still got the little white bell on them, they haven't been pollinated yet. But it'll get to it. As I go through here, I'm just trying to pull out some of these yellow leaves. I'm not gonna pull them out because I'll be out here all day trying to do that. But yeah, I try to come and get up under here. But these plants are so, like, you can see it now. See from the back, that's the one I was showing y'all was all one. Y'all see it's 3 branches, just like all of this is all kaolette. That's all one. See all these different branches. And I'm probably gonna do a bunch of propagating with those kaolettes, because you get a lot of food out of those kaolettes. A lot of food. You don't get huge branches, but you get a lot of food out of them. Man, y'all hold on. My pants is dragging the ground, and I hate it because it's wet out here, and it's making my pant leg. It's making my pant leg be wet on my ankles, and I can't stand that. The wetness on. I like to be dry and warm. Anyway, so let me kind of show y'all. Every time it rains, that nitrogen, it just make these red mustards get bigger and bigger, and then you will start seeing this is a watermelon, baby. So is this. So I got a bunch of seeds. There go a bunch right there that just popped up when I composted in place and just left all the watermelons down in there. I'm probably gonna go through and pull the majority of those. It kind of depends. I kind of want to grow some specific watermelon varieties. If I grow watermelons this year, I might just do like muskmelon type varieties. I might just do that. I'm not quite sure, y'all. This right here, that's a bunch of call them things, ground cherries, germinating. All those little, that's a bunch of ground cherries germinating. And this is in here. This is that the goji that I bought, that supposedly the berries are like white and pink. So that's what goji berry that was. It was over there in a pot, and I moved it over here. It grew substantially. Like, I don't know if y'all remember when I got it last year. It was not that big at all. Goji berries can really grow if you let them. So let's come over here. Let me show y'all. Y'all see this? The rain made this open up. That's the seed pod. So those will all be flowers. Here's another one opening. So that'll all be for the bees to partake in. You see the garlic and stuff is looking good. Look at those beans in there are starting to really look pretty good. It's a couple of watermelons. I threw a couple of watermelon hulls over here last year, so I'm not surprised that some seeds are coming up. This is that kaolette that I propagated, and it clearly has taken. So I just wanted to try to see, could I do that? And then now I can take a bunch more, because I don't want to lose that plant, because kaolettes are very expensive for just a few seeds. You don't get many seeds, and then sometimes your plants, by them being whatever kind of hybrid they are, sometimes your plants don't always make it to full maturity, or if they do, sometimes I noticed I had a couple that were stunted. Like, I bought 6 seeds for $6. I think 4 came up, 3 were stunted, And that was the one that took off out of all those 6 seeds. So I've been trying to hold on to that. So I'm going to start propagating that. And if I get enough propagations, I will maybe try to share those with people, share actual rooted plants, or send you cuttings that you can root yourself, one of the two. But you see my peas are looking pretty good. They're growing pretty fast, starting to get to where they can grab onto the cage. And like I tell y'all all the time, I plant them that thick so that they grab each other. Once they start grabbing each other, they tend to grow a little faster. And here, this is all Swiss chard. This is an ant mound all the way around the edge. I got to get something for that because I'm not finna play with these ants. I done tried to fool with them 2 or 3 times, but it keep raining and my diatomaceous earth keep getting washed away. But I'm not finna play with these. But this is a Swiss chard in here too. I planted black peanuts here. They have not come up yet. I assume they will come up at some point. Show y'all these 2 peppers. This one over here hasn't put on, but you see where it's kind of green down there? It's still alive. And then I must have dropped a whole freaking pepper. Look at all them seeds back there. Now you know them probably gonna germinate. Just watch what I'm telling you. But look here. I need to cut these dead limbs, but you see the new leaves coming? See the new leaves coming? So that pepper's alive. Look at this. Now this is 2 different peppers. Here's some leaves coming on this particular one. This one over here is a different pepper. You see it's further along. Some of these over here was still showing green. Like this one was still showing green down there. That was that huge pepper that I really didn't know what it was. These 2 aren't showing anything just yet. I haven't, moved any soil out from around the base to see how they doing, but that is what it is. The goji is flowering already. I don't think I showed this. I think I came out here and just so happened to see it. And this is another thing. If you like purple flowers, your goji flower is purple for you. And you can just see the sheer amount of flowers. These white flowers, they've already been pollinated. When the leaves are still purple like that, they haven't been pollinated yet. This is the mulberry, the Pakistan mulberry, that I think I'm gonna try to graft onto. Maybe we're gonna see. I was hoping this thing would fruit this year. I'm not really seeing anything, but I just put it in the ground last year, so maybe it's still just a hair. Maybe it needs to be in the ground 1 more year and then it'll start fruiting. So that's that on that. Here we go with these pants. Hold on, I got to get this together. I done folded them, but yeah, the fold done fell out. Boy, I tell you. Yeah, Chrissy. So, if you got a mulberry, well, I shouldn't really show this, but if you got a mulberry and the first thing it does is push out these little things, it's fruiting. But this is a male, so those aren't gonna actually turn into fruit. Those will have pollen. That's why I said I'm gonna chop. I already been chopping on it, as you can see. I just need to finish it up. But I wanted to cut most of the mass out of it, and I'll finish it up when I get the chance. Boy, let me tell you something. I done folded. I done took 2 steps. And the stuff just unrolled. I just don't understand. I really don't. I don't understand. It's a sin and a shame, if you ask me. I don't know why the pants dead, why they don't want to stay up. Why do you want to drag the ground? It's just too much for me. It's just making my head hurt. But I'm gonna come back here and try to tiptoe around. It rained so much and so heavy, so wet back here. So I threw a bunch of seeds in here, but this is what I really want to show. Angela. So Angela sent these to me, and she said she never got strawberries out of them. This is one of the ones she sent me, and look, there's 3 more buds coming right there. That one hasn't opened. There's another. So that's one. It's making strawberry now. I hadn't Let's see. Look over here. I don't. Look here. I believe that's a flower. Yeah, that's some buds there. That's what those are. Now this one look like. Let me see. Look like just leaves so far, and the other ones I don't really just look like leaves so far. But Angela, I don't know. Maybe you'll get some strawberries this year. Oh, y'all excuse me. So my persimmon. This is a Fuyu persimmon for anybody who's new. It's leafing out beautifully, and this is the best it's ever leafed out since I put it in the ground. Just FYI on that tree, I bought it. I didn't put it in the ground maybe the first year and a half, and then I did get fruit off of it. The year I bought it, I got fruit. It had fruit when I bought it. It had maybe 5 or 6 fruit, and it dropped all the way down to 2. And I'll be honest, the fruit wasn't that good. Let me hold it up. Ain't like y'all can really see much, but it wasn't. The fruit was okay. It was okay. But once I put that sucker in the ground, and that one I had last year, I'm here to tell y'all that fruit is way better. Now that it's in the ground. Now, I don't know if maybe I wasn't fertilizing it the best or whatever kind of fertilizer it had when I bought it. I don't know. But now that it's in the ground, I can't wait. I hope and pray I get more. I didn't get but 1 last year. I hope I get more than 1. So this is guava. This is a fig. That's Violet de Bordeaux. That's Violet de Bordeaux. And those 2 figs are some figs my homegirl sent me from Arizona. And I am going to pinch the top out of these at some point because I want them to branch. You see how she sent me cuttings and I rooted the cuttings. But they've never branched because I've never pinched the tip out because they put on 2 feet of growth last year. And this year I wanted to put on some more, but I want them to get some limbs and maybe bush out a little. So that's my goal on that. Okay, I'm looking at the base trying to see. And this Violet de Bordeaux, this is what I took cuttings off of to give to go grow. These 2 figs are Emma. This one is waking up faster than the other one. The other one is waking up though, you can see. But this one's waking up a little faster. Emma usually does wake up a little slower for me. I've never had figs off of the Emma, never had figs off of the Violet de Bordeaux. Those are the 2 newest variety, actually, and haven't had them off of these either. These from Arizona, that's a green fig. I can't remember the name of it. But I've never had figs off of any of those. The brown turkeys, y'all see they done woke up beautifully since I've gotten these in the ground. That over there is the Celeste. This is LSU Gold, and this is what I really want to show y'all. I'm gonna try to sneak in here without getting too, because I ain't got my boots on. They got rain in them. Look at this LSU Gold. Look at how big that fig is. And it's just waking up, putting that on. Look at the size. And I'm not saying that that's big by any means, but what I'm saying is if you see a little baby fig that size, look at those over there. See those 2? This tree makes big figs. Celeste has some itty bitty babies on her. I don't know if you can see. I'm gonna try to zoom in. Oh, shuck it now. I got a little camera skills. Y'all see that fig right there? Okay, so y'all can see that the Celeste has figs as well. Compost pile, left my shovel out here. Ooh, need to quit doing that. The top of this tree, I think I'm gonna lose this part, even though it's green. See where it's brown right here? I think it's dead in through here, but I'm not for sure. I'm not gonna snatch it off because I'm not for sure. I don't break off stuff until I'm for sure. Because that may just be brown just to be brown, but this navel orange is here and my kumquat is here. It hasn't started putting on new growth yet. Don't know why. The peach, a lot of the blooms have become, well, the bees have been out here working. I be seeing the bees out here working these blooms because they done worked that pear over there till almost all of those have been pollinated. See if I can show y'all. Hold on, y'all. I think I got some. I do. I got some water on the camera. That's why it's having a hard time focusing. There we go. Look at that a little bit. Okay, I said that, but then it's back to the foolishness. So this is what they look like after the petals come off and they've been pollinated. And then I don't know if y'all can tell, it's so tiny. Can y'all see that little part right behind there? That's gonna swell, and that's what becomes the pear. This part here becomes the butt of the pear. And then this part up here where the little stem is, that's the stem of the pear, and that little swelling in there, just imagine that being a lot bigger. That's how your pears get made, y'all. So just in case you're wondering, same thing with the peaches. If I can find a flower that has kind of come off, these are so newly pollinated, I can't find one. But peaches are very similar. I'm gonna show y'all once the flowers come off, because I'm not gonna fool with these flowers too much. I bumped into this thing one day, and doggone it if I didn't knock off. Ooh, y'all, I'm trying to hold my composure. I knocked off one of my blooms. I said, y'all gotta knock that off. That could have been one more peach. I'm knocking my peaches out. When I tell you I get mad when I do stuff, come out here and I'm moving too quick, moving too fast, and ain't paying close enough attention and knock stuff off. But I want to show y'all this, y'all. I'm about to lose it. I just seen this with y'all. I'm about to lose it. Look at this. Well, man, camera, you gonna have to do right, because I need you to show me in all my glory. Look at that. Y'all know what that is, right? That's a graft. Now let me tell you why I'm excited. And that sucker blooming. Now I don't think it's gonna hold no fruit. I'm gonna be real. I ain't supposed to let it hold no fruit, but ooh, y'all on. Anyway, what kind of peach is this? I'm gonna have to look back and see what cutting I bought. Anyway, they sent me one cutting. I cut it in 3 pieces. So I made 3 grafts. I made a graft here, I made a graft there, and I made a graft over there. I wanted to graft it all onto that because the original grafted part of that tree died. And so I was gonna graft everything over there, but they sent me such little pieces, I didn't have a lot of wood to graft to. So I had that one that I could make right there. And then over here, I had smaller branches, y'all, because I didn't do any, I don't know what it's called when you cut it off flush and you jab the graft into the top. I don't know what that's called. A cleft, I don't know if it's cleft graft, what. But I grafted here, and this is one of the ones I was not confident about this graft at all. So to see that budding out is, I guess it took, because and I've been kind of coming out here peeping, but I hadn't seen any signs of these grafts taking just yet. But it hasn't been that long. It's only been maybe a week and a half or so since I did the graft. So I'm kind of just trying to take my time. Y'all don't mind me while I dig through this and get this clove. I be trying to get down to the root, cause honey, I mean, this clover is a nitrogen fixer, but good Lord, this stuff grow all up in between. And then when you get ready to get your garlic chives, you can't hardly get them. It just be so. Okay, so, oh, that's a spider on there. I don't know if y'all can see. Y'all probably don't want to see him. Those buds look like they swelling in there. So maybe this one took. The rootstock of most peaches are usually Indian. I think that peach is called Indian red. But tell me it ain't gorgeous. But the little peaches, and it will make fruit. That sucker made fruit last year. Well, ooh, it make a little old hard, ooh, it ain't about nothing, the little peach. Just hard and bitter like, ooh. Child, I don't even see what that exists for. Even the birds didn't want that. But see here, look at the end of this. Can y'all see all of those? See, so if all of those make it, I have a bunch of, this is the one that gives me a lot of fruit. That's why I did a lot of my grafting over there. So this half of the tree is the rootstock. That half of the tree is what's grafted. And this just doesn't fruit that much. It's some up there, like the limbs you see leaning. The reason why they're leaning, they had fruit on them one year and it pulls the limbs down. You see this over here, the rootstock? It's just a thorny some kind of pear, but it don't make no pears. So I grafted a lot onto that. So these places where I let the rootstock grow up. Yeah, Chrissy, we're gonna go back in the house in a minute because it's getting ready to rain. This is a lot of what I cut out, and believe it or not, a lot of that sign wood, it's still alive because it's still green, and I cut it a long time ago. Sign wood will keep a long time if you keep it, if it stays moist, and it's been moist out here. But yeah, so that's why I grafted a lot on this side of the tree. And I have not seen, like, I haven't seen any grafts yet that look like they doing something. I haven't seen any on the apples either that look like they doing something. And I was glad to see that bloom pushed out of this parafilm, because they'll say that this stuff just grows through. I think this one is pushing. I think it's about to bust out. Because you know, they say that these buds will grow through the parafilm, but I've never used it before, so I did not exactly know. I just see people using it, but I'm one of these type people, you know. And this tree isn't fully awakened, so it may take a while for some of these grafts on the apple. But I'm actually going to buy some more grafts for the apple. And I want to take this time to mention a channel, Skill Cult. You know what? I'm gonna save it for the next video, because I didn't realize I was at 26 minutes. But I just wanted to show y'all what was going on out here. Everything is looking pretty good. You know, I had threw a bunch of seeds in here, and I ain't seen now one of them. A bunch of upland cress. I threw a bunch of that in there. I don't see none of that coming up. You can see the apple in a couple of places starting to leaf out at the tips, but a lot of these other buds are not leafing out. And the reason why I grafted this apple tree, this is not one that can self-pollinate itself, so I had to graft onto it. And plus I needed to prune it anyway. I still need to prune it a little bit, but I haven't done it because I'm like, okay, so if you have a branch like this, you have this diameter wood, this diameter wood, this diameter wood, this diameter wood, you get what I'm saying? So it leaves you more options as to where to graft, because I never know when they're going to send me the graft. I never know what diameter it is, and right now that's the only types of grafts that I'm doing are grafts. See, this is the graft here. The only kind of grafts that I'm doing are the kind where the diameter of wood is the same. I need a really good grafting knife to do the other grafts, like the kind where you can just cut it flush and you can slip the graft in between the bark, and you know, slip it right in there where the cambium layer is. And I want to show y'all something which is crazy to me. So I cut this limb off, and the flowers were not opening. And I came out here one day, and it's been cut off. The flowers opened anyway. Now they won't get pollinated. If you look in the middle, they're black. But ain't that crazy? It's still flowering, even though I cut it off. So, and it is completely cut off. You probably could take sign wood out of it. Well, some of this stuff is too hard to take. You probably could get, like this, that's still alive, see it's green. You could get good sign wood out of that if somebody, I don't know, anybody want some of this sign wood? If you say you want it, if I can find some good places to chop. And if you got a pear tree, you can either graft it or you can try your hand at rooting it. That's a good one down there. I don't know, I might root some of them, because this big tree, I'm sure at some point eventually it will quit bearing because it's so old. But I don't know, I might try to take a little something. You know what, I'm not gonna send, I forgot, this tree has fire blight. I'm not gonna send that out. I don't want to send people stuff that's got fire blight. I will send you some cuttings off of those. I think they're the same pear. The pears taste the same, so I think they're the same. They look the same too. My longevity spinach, I don't see anything on it yet. Y'all can see how pretty the garlic is. So yeah, I'm just kind of walking and surveying and coming through the garden. Not really. I'm going to pull those cannas out of there, and I'm going to plant those cannas in the ground somewhere. And I'm going to talk to y'all about cannas and chop and drop. I only have 2, but those things spread. That's why I only got 2 little bitty ones. And if you remember when I first put this in here, it was not this big. But just cannas do grow very voraciously and can take over things. But don't be afraid of cannas. Just plant them somewhere out of the way. And when they get huge, whack them off and use them as chop and drop. So that's a super free, easy, and you don't have to fertilize them. You don't have to water them. You don't have to do nothing. People have cannas in the neighborhood, because I just got that from my neighbor. My neighbor was digging them up. She hates them. She wishes she had never planted them, but she doesn't garden, so that she doesn't use it. So when she hacks them down, I was getting her stuff that she was hacking down and using in my garden as chop and drop. And then finally she dug up some of her plants, and I asked her, could I have them? She was like, they trash, take them, I don't want them. It's like, God. So last little stop before I end this video. These are mulberries, and then the elderberry in there leafing out. I did see a couple of tiny fruits on these mulberries. I gotta find a place in the yard. I want to put these mulberries in the ground. They probably will fruit in a pot, but I just think it takes longer. I think if they have a bigger root mass, and then it's less I have to worry about as well. But it's a bunch of mulberries in that one pot, and so I'm just gonna plant them. I don't know if I want to plant them like right over there or somewhere, but yeah, I'm gonna try to plant those mulberries somewhere. But this video is long enough, so until next time, see you guys later.